Virgo, hello, how are you? This is your October 2015 Alchemy Scope, and I'm filming this on the 13th of September. We had our Virgo new moon just about 21 hours ago or so. So we're still within the kind of the 48-hour energy set of the punctuality of the new moon. And this was your new moon. So let's go into it. So this is your 6-pointed alchemy scope. And the first, if you've tuned in before, the first thing we look at is the Sabian symbol, the symbology that is imbued at the degree point for the new moon that seeds the next cycle, this next cycle that we're all in. So on a collective level, this symbology of the new moon, the story that's seeding this cycle is a girls' basketball team. And a girls' basketball team, if you look at the symbology, is about girls, women, the feminine, joining together in a team, in unity, in communion, in community, with a like goal, and with a readiness to play the game. And of course, life is a game that we're all playing. We're all learning how to work with energy, work with learning about ourselves, work with relationships. So this particular thick month of September, which it is, we have energy surges kind of landing for all of us. The planet Earth is experiencing it. We as individuals are experiencing it. There is a cresting wave of elevated energy. Our frequency is increasing. We are going to have kind of a culmination event where there's going to be a large amount of energy hitting us at the next moon, which is our full moon coming up at the end of September. So let this new moon, for the next monthly cycle, but certainly for this time frame before the full moon point, really land within you, really speak to you, really serve you. Listen, get yourself still and listen to what wants to be told to you now, because there is a lot of information in the air, a lot of activity, a lot of intuitive insights coming through. Your physical body is shifting. You might be feeling, especially as Virgos, and especially with this Virgo new moon at this particular time frame, it very well might be, and I have found that it is for many, that your body is going through some transformations. So just keep that in mind. So on the collective level, we are living within the story of a girls' basketball team. Women coming together to play the game. Okay, so then if we're looking at the microcycle for Virgos, for Virgo specific people, I pulled the I Ching, as you know, if you've tuned in before, and you received a beautiful I Ching. So to kind of reflect Virgo's micro energy set, the energies that are playing out for you during the cycle, you received number 27, nourishment. And the 2 trigrams that make up this particular hexagram are mountain above, thunder below. Okay? So the hexagram is, of course, 6 lines, right? Trigram, trigram. Now, I'm reading here from the Visionary I Ching, as I usually do. And this is what it says for nourishment. Nourishment refers to much more than just a healthy diet. It is a caregiving function. Eating properly implies, but can I just interrupt and say how perfect this is for you and how perfect this is for this particular month. So it's perfect for a Virgo new moon for Virgos. Anyway, eating properly implies care for oneself. Providing healthy meals in the home is a sign of caring for the family. The writer of a great book or a composer of an inspiring piece of music also provides nourishment to humanity in general by caring deeply about his or her work and offering the fruits of it to the world. You can know people by observing what they choose to nourish in their own lives. Do they feed and develop their own bodies? Do they cultivate their spirits, their intellects, their moral values? Do they nourish and care for those around them? If so, to whom do they devote their energies? The most successful people are temperate in eating and drinking, thinking and dreaming. They strengthen the world by nurturing the higher nature in humans. Pay heed to your inner thoughts and impulses, ignoring thoughts that undermine a healthy and persevering attitude. A wise person is temperate in the consumption of food and drink because to be otherwise only leads to discomfort. The fact that temporary pleasure may precede the discomfort does not influence the person of mature character. In the same way, be discriminating in your words and actions, lest a desire for temporary advantage lead you to cause pain for yourself or to others. Enrich your own character, and you will naturally nourish everyone around you. So, Virgo, this is about minding, attending, listening to your needs and honoring them. So it's a deep, deep self-honoring and a deep self-love that is reflected within the nurturance of your mind, body, spirit complex. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull your spread. And again, I'm using my Siri deck, my custom deck that I use for my own purposes, my own use. And I've already shuffled. It's a 144 card deck. And let's go ahead and pull it, and we'll see what theme, circumstance, or situation might be unfolding for at least the majority of Virgo-centric people out there. Oh, interesting. Okay, Virgo. I have to say, this looks like it's going to be a positive month for you. You're going to be in an optimistic state. And it's interesting that the nourishment energy set came up at this new moon, this reboot time for you. The center card that came up for you is yes. So you inherently, thematically, you're going to be in a state. Something good is going to happen. Something will emerge that makes you feel good. And it's kind of activating you feeling optimistic and positive. It has something to do with an adventure. There's something coming up, Virgo. I mean, I have to say, you're getting some amazing cards here. So there's something, Virgo, for you coming up that is accessing because this came up, magic alchemy came up in the spiritual sector. So there is something that's activating what I want to say, your spiritual connection to, your imagination with regard to magic, the magic of living systems, the magic of nature, the magic of life. You, with this yes in the center position, you are going to be in a state with ability to see the positive. Something too magical is going to happen. There's something with regard to travel, with regard to some new adventure, some new journey, some new exploration that you are going to partake in. So it looks like something's going to come forward in regards to some journey, some adventure, some new opportunity to go exploring. And you are going to go for it. You're going to feel good about it, and you're going to want to do it. You might have some doubts, though. So in the mental sector, you are having some negative thoughts that might be coming forward. This has to do, too, with a project of some sort. It might be a work project. it might also be a creative project. So it looks like, but you're going to have uncertainty come up about it. So you're going to have a little bit of negativity in the thoughts that are coming up with regards to what you don't know yet about the project. So there are some things that will not be made clear to you, or that aren't clear within the group perhaps that you're doing it with, because there is a community involved. There is some sort of a group, some sort of a network that you are working with on some project that it could be that they're not clear yet on the formation of a particular new venture. But it is going to be an adventure, and it could involve travel, or it could simply be referring to something brand new. Like something brand new is going to emerge that is going to feel like a delicious new adventure with this project. Like it's something, you know, it's like a startup, for example. That's kind of the idea that I'm getting, but it could be anything. But it's something new that's emerging where you are connected with this group, but you're going to be thinking a lot about it. Like it's going to absorb a lot of your focus and your concentration. You're going to feel good about it. You're going to feel affirmative about it, optimistic about it, positive. However, you're not going to be so sure about the unknown aspects to it. So that's the only cautionary piece. But I mean, this is a month for you, for a lot of you out there, because this is a general reading. This doesn't apply to the specifics of every individual, of course, it can't. However, for a majority of you out there, there is going to be something delicious coming to the fore for you. And it's going to be good for you. It's going to be positive for your path. So that's some piece, a theme, a situation, a circumstance that might be coming forward for a significant portion of you out there. So, so Virgo, let me take a look. So let's do your Ascended Master. This is Doreen Virtue's deck. And let's see if we can find the guidance, the specific guidance for you this month, specifically in regards to a master, because that always clues us in a little bit more. So as we go through the 6 points of this holistic alchemy scope, we always get more to the whole story. So these are each parts, you know, to the whole. So let's see what wants to come for Virgo. Teacher. And I can never pronounce this name. It's Rockasy, but I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Teacher is coming up. This is implying that you may be a teacher. And it might be that this new project involves you teaching, or it involves you doing work with a teacher. So let me read it. I'm going to read what Doreen writes here. Very interesting though, huh? With a community, because it could be that you're leading a community, or it could be that you are part of a group, like a student group, and there's a teacher at the helm. So let's see. What does Doreen say here? Hold on a second. Okay. So Doreen writes, this card is about learning and teaching. You've learned a lot from your experiences and relationships, and now it's time to pass that knowledge along to others. Your current situation is bringing you opportunities for spiritual growth and teaching, and is teaching you some important life lessons. As soon as you understand and accept these lessons, old patterns will drop away and be replaced by new experiences. So what it feels like with regards to your spread is that if you take on that concept that you are moving through lessons, and this is all a learning journey, And if you're really absorbing it and becoming the best you know how to be in the moment, there's going to be opportunities that are going to show. And that's the yes card. That's the magic card. That's the adventure card. So there is something with either you teaching or with you being part of a teaching learning community. Very exciting. Very exciting. So this is Carolyn Mrs. Archetype card deck. And as I do every month, I like to pull the quality set that's asking to be evolved through you during this particular cycle. So what is the main growth edge? What qualities are wanting to be matured within you this month? Advocate. That's interesting. So let me read it first and then I'll show it to you. So moving from a lower frequency of embracing negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain and becoming inspiring inspires you to put compassion into action. So being inspired to put compassion into action during this particular cycle. So that's something that's calling to be evoked and matured through you, Virgo, this particular cycle. Beautiful. And you know what? There was something else that I wanted to pull for you. So give me 1 second. Virgo, there was one piece that I've been doing this month that I wanted to add for your spread, and this is Stephen Farmer's Spirit Animals reference book, okay? So it doesn't come with cards, but that's okay. I've done this in the past. I did it one other month, a couple months ago. And the reason why I wanted to pull this extra piece in for you at this stage in the Alchemy Scope is because I've had some kind of magical and kind of amazing experiences with animals this week. And animals were really calling to be called in to the scopes at this cycle, okay? And what I would say to you too is to be mindful of the insects or the animals, whatever kind of animals that you're coming upon either at your home or mostly in nature. So any unusual things you have coming up this month with situations, experiences with animals, maybe take heed. So let me go ahead. I'm just wanting to find a page for you, for Virgo. And you're getting two. You're getting two because there's two listed on the page. So let's see what the qualities are for both, and we'll see if there's any similar ones. So for Grebe, go ahead and follow your urge to create an artistic piece for the pure joy of expressing rather than impressing. So this could be the project that's at hand, Virgo. Immerse yourself in a creative project, but be sure to come up for air from time to time. Your dreams will be more vivid, and perhaps you'll even do some lucid dreaming. Be sure to record these in a dream journal. Your psychic and intuitive powers are on the increase. So be receptive to visitations and messages from your helping spirits. Be confident that whenever you're having strong feelings that you'll be able to manage them. That's Grebe. That's Grebe. So let me read Groundhog and we'll see what the similarities are, if any. You're about to investigate a new area of study that will require intensive effort on your part, but will be well worth it. Pay close attention to your dreams at this time. Amazing. And see if you can discern their meaning. You're going through an initiation, one where you'll experience a cycle of death, rebirth, and emerge with a new sense of self. That's true for you, and that's true for all of us right now. As you experience with altered states of consciousness, you'll find these experiences being stronger and more intense. Communicate your boundaries and limits clearly and straightforward. straightforwardly. So again, we have a new area of study for groundhog, and we have dreams. And then of course we have dreams for Grebe, and we have a creative project. So that speaks to teacher, and it speaks to the creative project coming up in your spread. That's additional guidance for you that was called this for this cycle, okay? Really stunning. So let's take a look at your Dakini. So when I pull the Dakini for any of the scopes, for any of the signs, I always ask what embodiment. So for males or for females watching this scope, I ask what goddess embodiment, who to become this month to optimally and maximally serve your growth, evolution, flow, and bliss during this cycle. You received number 30, Aphrodisia. Beautiful Dakini. And again, I didn't mention it on the previous two I did last night. As I do every month, there's always the full PDF document in the online library. So you can link to that below this video. And let's go ahead and read it. So this is Penny Slinger's writing. She's fabulous. So Aphrodisia is born from the foam, and the emotion of love and attraction flows with her as the waves of bliss affecting the air of our consciousness. Aphrodite is known to us as the Greek goddess of love. The Roman is Venus. She represents beauty, fertility, eternal youth, love, pleasure, attraction, and sexuality. Her erotic form was known as Aphrodite porn, where the word pornography comes from, which actually denotes one of the goddess of love's sacred arts. Aphrodisia is her reborn evolutionary form, which she has stepped into being, which she has stepped in to bring forth the energies most appropriate for our times. As a goddess who evokes feelings of love and sexual magnetism, in the past she may have used her powers of allurement to bind those caught in her web of attraction. Now she wishes to use her charms to awaken within those who desire her unconditional, non-conditional love. Aphrodisia is love as a state of being, love that loves for its own sake, which I'll stop there and say that is one of the key lessons for all humans at this time. Loving for its own sake without attachment to how the situation or person will respond. Okay? Let's see. She wants to move beyond the rivalries and jealousies attributed to the pantheon of Greek goddesses and gods. Aphrodisia is love as a state of being, love that loves for its own sake, not for what or who it can get or have, but just because it is. This is the gift of Aphrodisia, to awaken the goddess of love within your own heart so that you may reign supreme in all you are and all you do. It's very powerful. So the transmission that Penny, there's much more here, but again, the documents in the library. The transmission here for you is, let me seduce you into loving yourself and loving the divine through me, a perfect harmony of attraction, the goddess of love in action. And then the affirmations of Aphrodisia are, I am a being whose true nature is love. I cultivate the art of love in all my actions and interactions. I spread love and loveliness wherever I go. So I'll leave it there, Virgo. Beautiful. What a gorgeous, there's something about all of this for you that feels like just a surge, that feels free, that feels like many of you out there have broken through some binds, some blocks, some wounds, that you've really worked on yourself and you really are getting to this stage of freedom of being. I mean, for you to have nourishment to have aphrodisia, and then to have that positive spread of something new for you, having this positive experience of some new creative project that is going to put you into a new adventure, a new state, a new chapter of your life, is something else. And then to have teacher and advocate. So there's something very powerful and empowering about this month for you, about this cycle. So I send you so much love. I will tell you, for any of you out there who are interested in keying in to your soul print, to your life purpose, to this eclipse season, and to the month, this very potent, kind of unprecedented month of September 2015, and what it means for humanity and what it means for you distinctly, what these eclipses and new moons and full moons are wanting to eclipse out of your life and then birth anew in your life path. I'm offering in-depth 90-minute Skype sessions. It's $99. And if you're interested, I invite you to link. The link will be here on the video. It will also be below the video. And schedule that soon so that we can connect and we can really, you want to harness the energies this month. I can't emphasize it enough. So even if you are in a state of great flow and bliss, I would still recommend getting clarity. Certainly if you don't feel like you're currently in that state of flow and creative emergence and these things kind of coming, attracting that state, that experience of being, then we can identify the blocks that are at play. So I'm sending you much love, and until the next Alchemy Scope or the next video, because I have quite a few coming forward, I'll talk to you soon. Mwah.